Welcome to the Arkansas State Red Wolves Dynasty on College Football 26. We are a surprising 2-1 here in our first season after the upset of Iowa State last episode. We have played on paper the two toughest games of our schedule with Arkansas and Iowa State, and we were able to hold our own and take that game from the Cyclones. This offense has really good potential this year with Jalen Rayner and wide receiver Corey Rucker. He is the best receiver in the Sun Belt, there is no doubt about that. And I'm thinking about the role he can play in helping jumpstart this dynasty. Can he give us a head start when it comes to pro potential at the wide receiver position? Can he play a role in maybe getting us above a 1-star so recruiting gets easier down the road? He should get drafted, and we'll see how high. But right now, he's one of college football's most productive receivers. Our defense also fared better in those two difficult matchups. They were much better than I expected. And I think that begins up front. We made a lot of plays in the red zone. We ended some drives, and Devin Curtis played a very big role in that. He had 18 tackles against the Cyclones, 10 against Arkansas, combined 8 TFLs. So he's all over the place. You want to keep an eye on number 31. Here are a few of his tackles he made in the Iowa State game. And this last play I want to show you, this was one of the game-changing plays. Iowa State down at the 1, and Curtis shoots through the A-gap, makes the TFL. We go on to win the game. Today we're going to take on first Kennesaw State. We're going to spend some coach points here for head coach Reggie Carter, and we're still focused on the defensive side in this motivator tree. We help out the D-line and the secondary this time around. And now it's time to get into our action today, beginning with the final non-conference game on the schedule, Kennesaw State. This is our most even matchup to this point. On paper, we finally get to face a team of equal caliber, and the Kennesaw State Owls welcome us into our fourth game of the dynasty. Thank you for all the feedback so far, everybody, and let's get into the opening drive with Arkansas State. Jalen Rayner under pressure, and he gets it out. Complete to Corey Rucker. That's how we open. Great throw under pressure. Rucker starts the day with a 22-yard pickup. He's had 100-yard games in each of our first 3 this season. And here's an opening for running back Jaquez Cross, 14 yards. Arkansas State hitting some big plays to open. This is a tight end screen now for Tyler Fortenberry. 18 yards on the catch and run. Red Wolves in cruise control. But here's third down, blitz styled up, and they do get the pressure again on Rayner. We stole, and that brings out Clune Van Andel for a 38-yard field goal. The kick is good. Arkansas State scores first. And now after our defense held their own against Arkansas and Iowa State, how do they fare against the Owls? Big gash here on the first run for Kennesaw State. 21 yards to Coleman Bennett. And on 3rd and 7, they'll throw it his way, and he gets them another first down. In Arkansas State territory, Bennett to the outside, gets a good block from his receiver. This is a faster start than I had anticipated. 1st and 10, the quarterback is Dexter Williams, and the deep ball gets broken up by safety A.G. McGee. 2nd and 10, Bennett breaks a tackle and continues to get first down after first down on this first possession. Here's 3rd and 7. Williams can scramble and takes off through the middle. Through some contact, it goes to 1st and goal, where Dexter Williams breaks a tackle and then breaks the plane. What a start for Kennesaw State. That was a lot of 10-plus yard gains, and they capitalized in the red zone, where our defense was really solid last episode. It kept us in both of those games, led to us winning one of them. So the Owls end up taking the lead and go up 7-3 as we see 4 fans in this entire section here in the end zone. Thought that was pretty amusing. Let's go back to the offense now. Jalen Rayner can run as well, and he'll dive ahead here with a gain of 5. Then facing 3rd and 3, picking up pressure, Rayner extending, and then trying to throw crossbody for Corey Rucker. It's broken up. Good defense by Kennesaw State. And they get it back. More Bennett here getting to the edge, showing really good burst, overwhelming us with another 10-plus yard gain. Here's a leaping grab made on the slant, gain of 7. And here, 3rd down, again just bouncing the run outside. Bennett in the open field, all the way to the 15. 86 yards on his first 6. We're just not containing the edge and not playing sound run defense. Here's the keeper for Dexter Williams inside the 5, looking for a second score. He comes up short. Goal to go again. Bennett, this time, caught in the backfield. A.G. McGee on the tackle. Next play, 2nd and goal, slant, caught, touchdown, Kennesaw State. Dexter Williams, 1 on the ground, 1 through the air to Christian Moss. 14-3 out of the gate. Not looking like a good day for our defense. They run for over 100 yards in that first quarter. And here's Arkansas State trying to slow down some of that momentum. And Kenyon Clay is able to work out the first down, taking us to midfield. That was a 15-yard gain. Now off the fake, wide open to Tyler Fortenberry. Nobody close to him. 41 yards on the play-action pass. Red Wolves trying to cut into this lead. We go with some misdirection. Rayner in some trouble. Desperation heave, and he gets it there to Jaquez Cross. Down to the 1. Back to Clay now. He'll work through the mess and score the Red Wolves touchdown. It's a 1-score ball game again. But what are the answers for Arkansas State defensively? Williams over the middle, and he just missed the wide open receiver. Should have been a big play there. Here's a 2nd and 4, and a nice hit delivered by the slot corner James Reed III. Then Red Wolves dial up the blitz, and the ball comes out. Devin Curtis on the hit, and suddenly the Red Wolves are turning this game around. We crank up the aggressiveness. Running back never sees him. That's the worst play of the day there for Bennett. Devin Curtis forced fumble, Arkansas State back in business. Play fake for Rayner, eyes on Rucker, gain of 6 on his 5th catch. Then Clay getting through the line, and that's a first down, 8 yards on the pickup. Arkansas State now inside the 10, firing outside, caught for the touchdown, it's Hunter Summers. He plays the slot role for this offense, a 6'3", 170-pound sophomore. And next season, we're going to be needing someone to take over for Corey Rucker. So he's somebody we definitely got to pay some attention to. And just like that, it's 17-14, back in business. Now, one thing that makes this Kennesaw State offense so tough, the receivers are so wide. Williams takes off. That's going to be a 3rd down conversion. It forces these light boxes in a lot of cases, and I just found it so tough to match up. Another chance at a big play. That pass was overthrown. 3rd and 7 for the Owls. Pressure gets there again. They're lucky that wasn't picked off. Quincy Wright on the hit. Defense settling in for the Red Wolves. And the offense now in a 3-point game. It's Kenyon Clay cutting off the block and gaining 8. We're in the second half with Rucker making another catch. A lot of short ones going his way. Now first down, a screen. Get it to Summers again. He's up to about midfield. Not trying to do too much. High efficiency passing game. This one's checked down to Jaquez Cross. We end up here in an inches to go situation as Rayner sneaks on 4th down to extend the drive. And off the fake. Rolling, finding an open Hunter Summers again. Out to the 24. Nice showcase for him. And on 2nd down, with Rayner throwing short again, Summers breaks the tackle, getting a lot of targets thrown his way. We go to 3rd and 4 here. Rayner To the outside, we go for Cross. He's going to cut this out and take off past everybody. Put it in the end zone for a Red Wolves touchdown. First receiving score of the year for Jaquez Cross. And it's 24-14. 3 unanswered touchdown drives for Arkansas State. Almost got a hand on that one, and then just bad angles in the open field by this defense. Here they are again with the receivers super wide. 2nd and 12. There's a play on the ball by A.G. McGee. Incomplete in a passing situation here. Needing 12. They'll get it. Nice throw by Dexter Williams. What helped them early was the running game with Bennett, and here's a good spin. Bennett for the first down and more. Over 100 yards, one of his best runs since early in the game. New set of downs for Dexter Williams. Extending and firing over the top. That's hauled in inside the 20. Here comes Kennesaw State with Williams buying time and then dishing out, but it's dropped. Coleman Bennett had some of their best plays, but also some of their most critical errors. Field goal team comes out, and they do end the Arkansas State run. It's a touchdown game. Jumping into Arkansas State here in the third. 3:52 on the clock. Sending it downfield. Rayner out of bounds. Trying to beat the blitz, but can't connect. Brings up 2nd down and 10. And here's pressure and good coverage by the Owl defense. They send us backwards. 3rd and 21. Not expecting a whole lot here, but Rayner's going to extend. Try to make a play, and a flag comes down. Defensive pass interference on Kennesaw State. Huge break for the Red Wolves. New set of downs. We run this with Kenyon Clay, and this turns into 8 yards. Here's Rayner against the blitz. Again, targeting Summers, and he makes the catch. Very sure-handed there in the slot. 6th catch of the day. But later in the drive, 3rd down, needing 6 and taking the sack eventually. Kennesaw State does get off the field. Trying to get this game tied up here late 3rd. Dexter Williams cutting outside, gets the first down. Here's a first down run now. Bennett again finding space. Yet another 10-plus yard carry. And here right before the 4th quarter, he's mad, but gets away from Javonte Mackey and takes it outside to the 31. A $163 going into the 4th quarter. They give it to him on 2nd down as he goes up and gets the conversion. 229 yards from scrimmage here for Bennett. But then Williams, nobody's home for Arkansas State, just runs it right down the middle, all the way to the end zone, and they've come back. Each team has erased a double-digit deficit. And the Red Wolves now searching for a way to get the lead again. Here's Rayner with an unblocked defender, and he goes down. Bad news on this drive. We go 3rd down and 16. Got lucky with PI on the previous drive, and this time nearly picked off. Just trying to give Rucker a chance. It does hit him in the hands. And very lucky that was not picked off and maybe a touchdown the other way. Owls get it back. Now they want the lead. And down goes Dexter Williams. That is Brian Whitehead. Been waiting to see some more impact plays from number 4. We get them to 3rd down. Dial up, pressure, and then Williams rushes and misses the throw. Great defensive sequence, and the punt gets shanked off the side of the foot. Just a 15-yard kick. 8 minutes to go in the game. Back with the Red Wolves, and Rayner again goes down to the unblocked pursuit. 3rd down and 15. Extra protection. Does get Rucker this time. Well shy of the sticks, and he is shaken up on the play. The most irreplaceable playmaker in this offense, now with his foot bothering him, would have to come out of the game. And it goes back to Kennesaw State. This is 3rd and 3, and Chris Body gets into the backfield. Now we're trading stops back and forth as the minutes tick away. Next possession, no Corey Rucker on the field. Tough running here by Cross. He gets us 8. Needing 1 here, cuts to the right and does get the first down. We're at the 3-minute mark now with Rayner dumping out again. Cross on the reception. Already caught a touchdown in this game. He gets the first. Nearing field goal range. Cross again, showing the burst. This is his possession to show what he can do. Now 3rd and 4. We set up a screen. This time it goes to Kenyon Clay. Takes off inside the 20, out of bounds at the 14. Red Wolves continue to get closer. Rayner wants the end zone this time. Good coverage and off the mark. 3rd down. Kennesaw State just trying to force a stop, and they get the pressure. Blitzing Rayner works again, their 5th sack of the game. Clune Van Andel now, 41 yards. Kick is just inside the right upright. And that means this game comes down to our defense protecting a 3-point lead. We started off poorly, have played better in the second half. Here's a reception that goes for 9. Under a minute to go for Kennesaw State. Williams fires, that's denied. Nice defense on the outside. 3rd down and 1. Williams, he's going to take a chance now, and this pass is incomplete. Back-to-back stops by Trenton Allen Yao on the outside. Sets up 4th down. This is trouble. Down goes Williams. And that's the ball game. They try to set up option. I don't know why Bennett's on that side of the quarterback if they're going to run it. But it doesn't work out for the Owls, and they go down. Still not getting that first win. Arkansas State 3-1. Winning 27-24. This game really surprised me. When we played so well in the previous game defensively, to give up 2 touchdowns early. 1, it was surprising. 2, I wasn't sure if we could get things under control. But we did. They couldn't keep getting 10, 15 plus yards at a time. They do end up rushing for over 200 yards. Gotta see our run defense be a lot more competitive than that. Dexter Williams played well. A lot of plays from Coleman Bennett, who finishes with 164 on 22 rushes. Meanwhile, for Arkansas State, Jalen Rayner, 31 for 38, continue to be impressed with his overall efficiency and down-to-down consistency. Corey Rucker, 9 catches but only 65 yards, his lowest output of the season so far. Defensively, a dozen tackles for Trayvon Howard, Javante Mackey, 16 more for tackle leader Devin Curtis. That brings us into Week 5, our first conference matchup. And as we take a look at recruiting, I'm putting more points in this battle for safety Donald Lane. We're playing catch-up right now. I like the cover skills. His speed and acceleration aren't going to be great, but in the Sun Belt, I think he can still be a good starting safety. Ofisa Orlando is also getting more attention here. I like the athleticism and the route running. I've also scouted cornerback Rayshawn Driver, and with 88 speed and 90 acceleration to go with 74 press, I think he's an interesting developmental cornerback who in a couple years could be a starting caliber player if that coverage gets better. It's time now to launch the Sun Belt schedule, opening against Louisiana Monroe. We go on the road before facing Texas State. That should be one of our tougher matchups on the schedule. And it's going to be fun to get to know a brand new conference with this team. Louisiana Monroe is a little bit lower rated than us with less players, 80 plus overall. Still though, pretty even matchup. Everybody in the Sun Belt is in like the same tier. I think our offense is going to give us a really good chance to stack some victories here in this conference season. I'm not sure if Year 2's offense is going to be as good as the one we have right now, but I want to see us make as much progress as we can here in this first season. So we're on the road, the rain is falling, and let's start with the defense for Arkansas State. Up and down in that last game against the Owls. A throw from Aiden Armenta, and that's incomplete, tight coverage on 3rd and 5. The Warhawks run it, and spinning out of a tackle is Braylon McReynolds. Certainly want to see us be more competitive against the run here. Nice job by Armenta, going short to the tight end this time. That's Rylan Green. Warhawks have it at midfield. This is 3rd and 3. And from the pocket, Armenta forces it, and it's intercepted. The first interception of any kind in the dynasty. It took 5 weeks, but A.G. McGee makes the play. He's playing my favorite role to put a safety in. It's robber coverage. Everybody's accounted for. You can read the quarterback and make a play, which he does. And Arkansas State takes over. We haven't seen too many turnovers in the games this year, and this is Jalen Rayner on a well-designed keeper. Gets out of bounds cleanly with the first down. Then play action. He settles underneath. That's Javion Fricks up to the 29. Set up on 3rd down, trying to defend against the blitz. That's a wide open look, and Hunter Summers shows a lot of separation ability there. Inside the 15, Rayner keeps it in the air. And oh no, this one is intercepted. Wanted Summers again, and it's the first pick of the season. We lasted quite a while without an interception. This one ends a red zone trip. If it's out right here, we might have him, but thrown late. And now we have finally caught an interception and have thrown one. Here are the Warhawks now at their own 16. This is a run that is stuffed. Good to see for a change. That's Marcus Bradley, the first one there. Facing a 3rd and 6. Armenta trying to go downfield, and this pass is well defended, not giving up the big play. Jumping into Arkansas State's next drive, facing 3rd down. Again, pressure getting through, and Jalen Rayner finds Nana Burris on the reception. Arkansas State, a second time here reaching the red zone. One-on-one on the outside. We're going to Corey Rucker, whose foot was no longer bothering him for this game, so he is good to go. And Kenyon Clay carries on 1st down. He gets 6. Then motioning him out. And on the swing screen, he picks up a couple. We go to 3rd and 2. A 3rd straight touch, and he is stuffed. Setting up 4th down, and we leave the offense on. A full yard plus to go. Sticking with Clay, and he gets it. I really thought he came up short there. The drive continues. Now 1st and goal. We try to get Rucker on an end around. The handoff never even happens. So now it becomes more of a passing situation. That's a good catch, and bouncing right off for the touchdown. Tyler Fortenberry makes it 7-0 Arkansas State. Louisiana Monroe Bowl, a low-scoring, sloppy first half, and McReynolds finds an opening. This run goes for 18. They give it to him again, and Brian Whitehead is right there. Loss at 2. Keep him in the air on 3rd down. Armenta denied. That's Trenton Allen Yao once again. We're not giving up much on the outside. Into our next possession, getting cross the ball. He bounces off a tackle. A lot of sloppy tackling here in this game. He gets the 1st down. Good coverage downfield, having to check this down. It goes to Kenyon Clay, setting up 3rd and short. And here we set up a little RPO, trying to hit Fortenberry, and the ball just breaks out of his hands and flies upfield. Pretty good play there by the defense. It goes back to ULM. Looking for their first point still. There's nothing downfield. Nowhere to go. Armenta contained. Just really good all-around defense. A refreshing start. And on 3rd and 7, Armenta slings it outside to get them a big drive extender. Nick Trujillo on the reception there. And Armenta, he goes down on this drop back. It's Chris Body in the backfield. Bradley was also in there. And Arkansas State gets it back. But with a few minutes to go here in the first half, there's just not a lot of offense happening. 8 in coverage here. Not finding a lot downfield. This is settled short for Burris. And again, quick drive Arkansas State. 2 minutes left. ULM trying to finally break through. McReynolds sheds a tackle. He gains around 8. On 2nd down, he picks up the first and heads inside the 40 of Arkansas State. They're approaching field goal range. A catch for the tight end, Green once again. And 1:15 to go. On the screen with speed to the outside. Nice play by number 12, Javon Campbell. First red zone trip for the Warhawks. This one's caught. Trujillo again to the 7. Now we're down to 29 seconds. Sending pressure. It gets picked up. And Trujillo can't hold on. Nice hit, Brian Whitehead there in coverage. 23 seconds to go. McReynolds is wrapped up. Trayvon Howard on the tackle. Red Wolves looking for one more play as Armenta fires to the outside and finds his receiver. Nick Trujillo has tied the game. Took them all first half to put together a drive, 7 apiece. And it's a really impressive throw too by Aiden Armenta. They get on the board for a 7-7 halftime score. I think the rain played a factor in this being a pretty ugly defensive first half. Neither team was all that impressive converting 3rd downs. But let's go into the 3rd quarter now. After a slow start, you got to get your best player involved, and Rayner finds an open Corey Rucker. He breaks to the outside. Just his 2nd catch of the game. But here on 2nd down, 2nd catch of the half now. Rucker takes off again inside the 10. 3 for 73 suddenly. Arkansas State facing pressure out of the pocket, and wide open is Tyler Fortenberry. 2nd touchdown of the day. Finally, some offensive excitement here in this matchup. Red Wolves back on top. How about the Warhawks after finally putting together their first points? Can they do it again? Huge block to spring Armenta to the outside, and then he gets away from Trayvon Howard. More missed tackles in the rain. Now Armenta off the RPO. A really well done play. We bit badly on the run action. That goes to Ryland Green. And then McReynolds breaks off one of his best runs. 19 yards. Red zone trip. And extending the play, Armenta. Very close to the first down. Warhawks inside the 10. And on 3rd and inches, play is made by Trayvon Howard. And ULM is going to keep the offense on. 4th and a solid 2. McReynolds, he's denied by A.G. McGee. He continues to make plays, this time as a run defender. Both safeties helped keep them from adding points on this possession. Back to the Red Wolves. Quick hitter here. Javion Fricks makes the reception, 2nd to the game. And on 1st down, we'll go Kenyon Clay cutting through a lane, and that's a 1st down gain. Run game started very slowly for Arkansas State. Here we're rolling and trying to hit the big play as Rucker is unable to come down with the deep ball. Gotta force him to defend it, though, when it's one-on-one. 3rd and 10 later on the drive, and eventually just throwing it away. Really good coverage throughout the play there for the Warhawks. And now they've shown they can move the football. This is McReynolds, wrapped up by Devin Curtis. ULM faced with 3rd and 10. Red Wolves can't get pressure. Here's a deep shot from Armenta, and Godfrey pulls it down. Singled up with Trenton Allen Yao, and he makes the catch. Warhawks inside the 5. Armenta keeping this one, and he dives in for the Warhawk touchdown. And this game is again tied. Already a lot more excitement in this third quarter than the entire first half. Final minutes now of the third. Here's an RPO going to Fortenberry. Nice productive episode for him. 2 touchdowns in this game. Now we fake it to Cross, and pressure gets through again. The big concern on offense is still giving up pressure on Jalen Rayner. We end up with 3rd and 19, get the playoff against another blitz, and the pass is hauled in. How does he do it? Jalen Rayner threads this ball through the rain despite going down on the hit, finding Nana Burris. One of the throws of the year for him. Drive extended. Here's an easier ball to the outside, hooking up with Corey Rucker. Rayner 20 of 25, and Clay gets us first down yardage. First down at the ULM 41, and Javion Fricks continues a more active day in the passing game. 3 receptions. Cross gets the carry, cuts it back. Good finish to the run. He gets 7. And now first down, play action. Again to Javion Fricks. He'll head inside the 10. Arkansas State looking to take the lead. Here's motion. And it's Clay up the middle. Good run to the 4. Goal to go. Everybody in tight. We run with Kenyon Clay, and he caps things off. Great touchdown drive for Arkansas State that wouldn't have been possible without Rayner's ridiculous 3rd and 19 conversion. That means it's on the defense to protect this fourth quarter lead. Armenta on the run, loses the ball, but Trujillo finds it, and then he runs with it all the way across midfield. A near disastrous play ends up a big one for the Warhawk offense. That is ridiculous. And he broke a tackle. He wanted more. 6.5 to play. Armenta still running around. He gets the first down. And you'd think he'd maybe slide after the fumble previously, but no. Armenta hands off. McReynolds to the edge with the speed. Inside the 5 and down to the 2. ULM running this. McReynolds wrapped up. Devin Curtis in the red zone makes another big tackle. Can they get the stop here on 3rd down? Armenta, trouble. Nobody's there, and he throws it away. 4th and goal. Offense stays on for the Warhawks. They have to get 4 yards. Heavy pressure. Down goes Armenta. He's sacked by Ryan Reese. We send everybody here. It's 6 versus 5. And the unblocked defender makes the play. Again, big red zone sequence for Arkansas State and Coach Reggie Carter. 3 and change left to go. We could end the game with the ball in our hands. Nana Burris coming across the middle. That gets us 11. We need conversions and get one here with Kenyon Clay. We go inside 3 minutes to play. Handoff for Cross now. Can't spin free. Timeout ULM. Now 2:28 left to go. A throw for Rucker. That gets us a decent chunk. Clock stops again. A first down would give us a chance to end the game, and Rucker comes up short. They covered the slant pretty well. And that gives ULM the football back. Under 2 minutes to go. 1 timeout remaining. They've moved the ball consistently all second half. Here's Aiden Armenta. Swings this out for McReynolds, and he only gets 1. That cost them over 20 seconds. Not a good trade, and down goes Armenta on the blitz. Javante Mackey. They hurry up as quickly as they can. And on 3rd down, Chris Body in the backfield. The pass rush unleashed by Arkansas State. We're going to let them run back to the line here. Spend that time, and then we're going to call a timeout so we can get a new defense on the field. A stop here seals the game. 4th and 24. 8 in coverage. And Aiden Armenta lets it fly. He's alone. It's a first down. Ryland Green was wide open. That was our chance to end the game. Instead, it continues. 50 seconds left. That's complete. Trujillo continues to make plays for this offense. 4-man rush. Armenta kept clean. And Ryland Green makes another catch, his 10th. 34 seconds to go. Armenta across the middle and breaking open. It's a touchdown for ULM. They defy the odds on this possession and tie the game with 31 seconds left. And going back to that 4th down conversion, we have defenders underneath that really aren't impacting the play, and they are able to stretch that deep coverage. I think man up 3 deep there probably gets the job done. Instead, ULM capitalizes on their chance. We have 30 seconds now trying to end this in regulation. We're not just content going to overtime. We're going to see if we can make a play here. 2nd down, it goes short. This time it is J.J. Harrell on the reception. It's a good pickup to the 44, so we'll spend our last time out. We're trying to get closer, set up a field goal, but good coverage, denying Harrell a reception. Now we're down to 7 seconds. Again trying to set it up on the outside. Rucker, and he gets out of bounds. What a catch. Corey Rucker is phenomenal, and Rayner can't throw this ball any better. What a heads-up play, too, to make sure he gets out of bounds. We set up a 56-yard field goal. Clune Van Andel for the win. Kick is short. And we do go to overtime. This is into the wind. I knew it would be a stretch. And we're a few yards short. And that means we're playing our very first overtime game of the Arkansas State Dynasty. If you're not familiar with the rules, both teams have a chance to score. And after the double overtime, you go to 2-point tries alternating. Here's Kenyon Clay starting us off. Good 7 yards to begin. Now inside the 20, Rayner to the outside. That ball is jarred loose. Good coverage. 3rd down and 3 now, and fitting it into Rucker. Moves the sticks to the 11. We're eyeing a touchdown now. Rayner firing for Rucker, and that could have been picked. They covered Rucker perfectly one-on-one that time. So 3rd down, heavy pressure down as Rayner rolls right and throws short. Burris is taken down at the 4, and so we send out the field goal team. 21-yard try, right hash, Clune Van Andel, it's no good! Missed to the right! And that means ULM can win with any score. They do not bring out the field goal team. Instead, Mick Reynolds with a great run, shifty in space. He runs inside the 10. Still no field goal team. What a block! And to the outside, he'll win it with 6. ULM pulls it off. And we suffer our first conference defeat of the dynasty. 27-21. What a hard loss to take when we had this game in the bag. We had a chance on 4th and 24. I even called a timeout to get us into the formation I wanted, but I called a bad play. And this field goal, man, these road kicks on the hash. What am I supposed to do? Kick it like I'm going to overdo it? I thought maybe I was overdoing it on that one. The arrow is so deceiving. Oh, man. At least, you know, they scored a touchdown. Like, making the field goal wasn't really the difference in the end. But certainly, we could have very easily been 4-1. And 1-0 in conference, more importantly. And instead, we lose the opener and now have a couple tough matchups on the horizon. This was a very difficult game to run the ball. We ended up a lot more pass heavy. Got Corey Rucker over 100 yards again. Tight ends were heavily involved in the passing game. But in the end, we just did not close this game out the right way, and ULM was moving the ball well in the second half. We had some splash plays in there, but just a frustrating close to the game. So we got a little work to do here, and I'll be looking forward to getting a rematch with them. They're a division opponent. We should see a lot of them in this series. Jalen Rayner now 9 passing touchdowns, 1 pick. This last game was his first 300-yard passing game. Kenyon Clay continues to be our most efficient running back, and Corey Rucker now 42 catches, 515 yards, more than double any other pass catcher. 60 tackles for Devin Curtis. Chris Body, 3.5 sacks. He had a couple splash pass rushes here in this episode. And then A.G. McGee at safety, I thought has been one of our best coverage defenders overall. Corey Rucker is the top receiver in the Sun Belt, and he is ranked 5th in the entire country in receiving yards. Switching gears now to recruiting. I want to talk about where we are right now, because we have a lot of players in their top 5 stage. Most of these are still players that no other team is pursuing. But because we don't have good pitches, we're moving so slowly trying to get these players to make decisions. Now, here is one battle with Lee Swain, where I just don't like the momentum of it. Memphis is ahead of us, and he has 2 visits scheduled. So I don't think hard selling is going to get us back in the battle. I don't think the pitches are overall good enough. But then you look at the visit possibility, and I just don't know if we can make up the ground, because we could bring him in week 9 ahead of those other 2 visits. But I still think it would be a losing battle. And despite badly wanting a 3-star gem here, even a JUCO player, we're going to go and scout somebody else. This is Taylor Ezzie, also a JUCO sophomore, and this is enough for me to give him a scholarship offer. He's not receiving any other interest. We're going to shift our focus, not because I think he's a better player, but I think it's a more winnable battle. And that's the decision you have to make oftentimes here when you're early in a 1-star rebuild. We only have 350 hours. And because hard sell is made tougher in this game, and we don't have good pitches in most cases, I just have to stick to friends and family and putting points in that way. So decisions aren't going to be made for a long time, and I won't have the chance to move on to other players. It's kept us from having any commitments so far, which puts us in a group with like 30 other schools. But certainly, we are feeling the difficulty of the early series recruiting. So far in the Sun Belt, South Alabama does have 3 3-stars already committed. Everybody else has 1 or 2 stars. So hopefully we can pick up the pace here soon and get that first commit. But our next game is going to be against the Texas State Bobcats. Since the last episode, there has been a new update, maybe 2 actually have actually come in. So the sliders have changed, the gameplay changes. This will probably happen a lot in the early part of the dynasty when updates are far more frequent. I'm enjoying the games though, and I'm going to do my best when the game is playing well to get as many games played as I can so we have as much gameplay continuity as possible. It's just tough when updates are coming multiple times a week in some cases, and inevitably things end up changing. But overall, enjoying the games right now. It's been competitive, it's been fun, and I hope that you've enjoyed the series to this point. I'm still, trying to find my comfort zone with the editing and flowing these episodes together. It's very much a work in progress. So leave any feedback that you have, and I'll be back as soon as I can with more Arkansas State. Really enjoying year 1 so far and can't wait to see what follows. Have a great day, everybody, and I will catch you in the next one.